I want to welcome you into the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com.
Soccer fans, are you ready?
Alex Napolis here with you. Zions Bank Stadium is the place as we get ready to kick off 4A semifinal action here between the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs and the Mountain View Bruins. It'll be the Bruins in the white. They'll be going to the left of your screen here. That ball shot from distance by the Bruins. Good opportunity here to start things early for Mountain View. It'll be the Bruins in their white. They'll be going to the left of your screen here in the first half. And then the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs in the red and blue. They'll be going to the right of your screen. That ball cleared away by Matthew Bryant. Comes across and makes the clearance for the Bruins. Ball goes out of bounds and out. Austin Lyman to throw it in here for the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs. And he'll leave it. Coming in to throw it in will be Cody Esplin. Ball whipped in. And off his line to collect there is Victor Ixtarrojas. Ixtarrojas will boot this one away. As that ball goes out of bounds and out over on the far sideline. Throw-in coming up here for the Bruins. Ball played over the top by Roberts. Now ball back in play. Brought down by Cash Grow. One back momentarily by the Mustangs. Crimson Cliffs throwing over on the far sideline as the ball brought down by Mitchell. Takes a deflection, goes out of bounds, and we'll have a throw-in coming up here for the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs. Ball into the box from the Mustangs in front of goal and cleared out by Cuevas for the Bruins. Quickly back onto the attack is Lyman here for the Mustangs. Austin Lyman on his left, cuts inside, and cleared away by Cobiella. Short pass there by Uribe, one back momentarily by the Mustangs, and now cleared away. Crimson Cliffs wins it with Mitchell. Ball poked away by Giancarlo Alcala. And can't keep it in bounds. It'll go out of bounds and out over on the far sideline as a throw-in coming up here for the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs. Ball played in and goes back post. Mountain View here boots this one up and away as the Bruins able to clear their lines. As Crimson Cliffs chasing this ball down, it'll be Poppy who brings it in. Settles in, plays it back to Cox. Cox back to Poppy. Now ball over the top, giving chase here is Busk. Into the box, crosses it in the direction of Mitchell, but Mitchell can't get on the end of it. Good opportunity here for the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs in the early goings of the 4A semifinal. And that ball booted away. Now here's Poppy. Out to Lyman. Austin Lyman gets it on his left. Goes all the way back to Cox. Cox, ball over the top. Mitchell giving chase. Can't keep that one from going out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick coming up here for the Mountain View Bruins. For the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs, led by head coach Isaac Klingensmith in his 6th year in charge of the team, 14-3 overall in the season, 10-2 in Region 9 play, finished in 2nd place of that region. They are the number 4 team in the RPI with 52 goals scored, 13 goals against on this season. Last year eliminated by Ridgeline in the quarterfinals. This year here at Zions Bank with a chance to fight for a spot in the 4A championship game. For the Mountain View Bruins, they're led by first-year head coach Mike Raphael. That ball into the box and safely into the hands of Brody Fielding. Off his line, reads it, and collects. The Bruins coming to this one at 13-5 overall, 6-4 in Region 8 play. Finished 3rd in Region. They are the number 8 team in the RPI with 46 goals scored, 26 goals against. Finished 5-1 in non-region play, this Bruins side, and then had kind of an up-and-down season in region play, finishing 6-4, losses to Timpanogos and Orem, but also beat Timpanogos and Orem. Got a win against Provo, 5-4 in the penalty shootout, and a win against number 1 Murray, 4-3 in the penalty shootout to set themselves up here with a semifinal game. Bruins corner as that ball's floated in towards the near post, cleared away by the Mustangs. Ball played in by the Bruins, as out wide giving chase here is Corona. Corona into the box, and a missed shot there from Floyd. Kevin Floyd with a good opportunity. He was all by himself inside the box. Just couldn't hit the ball cleanly. Now the Mustangs trying to go down the other way. Ball played it over the top. Busk giving chase. Ixta Rosas off his line, and it goes wide of the post. Portman Busk using his speed in behind the Mountain View Bruins defense. Was able to get the ball over Ixta Rojas, but instead it goes wide. Now the Bruins here in possession with Bryant. Bryant will boot this one up and away. Ball played in over the top. Try to be brought in there by Parrish. Keeps his footing and keeps possession only momentarily as Uribe now on the attack. It's Parrish who wins it back. Ball will go out. No, kept in nicely by the Bruins. Now cleared away by the Mustangs. Mitchell up the sideline. Tries to get it up towards Busk. And off his line, it'll be Ixta Rojas to collect. Free kick coming up here for the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs. An opportunity to boot one into the box, create some dangerous opportunities, and that ball floated in. Goes towards the back post. Busk was running there off the end of it, but it goes wide. Goal kick taken short. Now played across to Bryant. Bryant keeps possession. He'll play it across to Isaac Roberts. Roberts will leave it. Ball out wide now with the Bruins. That ball floated in over the top. Brought in by Cuevas. And another big switch there by Cobiella. The Bruins on the attack. Ball in, trying to find Uribe. Floyd also running off of it, but off his line is Brody Fielding, the senior goalkeeper, who collects. Takes a bounce over Cobiella, and he'll leave it for Ixta Rojas. As the Bruins win possession back. Playing it out of the back here with Olmos. Almost up to Floyd. Almost trying to win possession back. Loses it. Here's Busk. Busk. And nicely won back by the Bruins. Up the sideline now is Mountain View here in possession. Cuevas. Or excuse me, that was Roberts who played it in centrally. Now back out to Roberts. This is Alcala. Roberts will go back to Olmos, who plays one in over the top. Floyd running off of it. Floyd brings it in. Floyd into the box. Cleared away by Cody Esplin. Mountain View get possession back. Ball switched over to the near sideline. Intercepted, one back by Austin Lyman, and the Mustangs now trying to break, going the other way. Lyman looking to play one in behind. Eaton plays it to Parrish. Parrish tries to play a ball through in behind a Bush. And Bush can't get on the end of it. Here comes the Bruins again, in possession. Intercepted by Cox. Goes centrally, ball from distance. And it goes over the bar and wide. Ezekiel Ware taking the shot from distance for the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs. Can't put it on frame. 28-23 left to go here in the first half. Ball booted away by Matthew Berry. Or excuse me, that was Matthew Bryant. Clearing it away. Now here's Roberts winning it up for the Bruins. Isaac Roberts into the box. Held. And the foul and a free kick coming up in a dangerous spot for Mountain View. As the Bruins here will have a shot at a free kick. Free kick coming up here for the Mountain View Bruins just outside the 18. And an opportunity here to test Brody Fielding with the shot on goal. Isaac Roberts standing over it to take, standing over it as well as Nico Cobiella with the left. Roberts will take with the right, and a huge save by Brody Fielding. Trying to curl that into the far back post. A big shot there from Isaac Roberts. Fielding comes up with a huge save. And the bar goes out of bounds and out. A corner kick here for the Mountain View Bruins as they still look for their opportunity to break the deadlock. Ball whipped in near post. Cleared away. Isaac Roberts tracks it down. Roberts looking for options. Plays it across to Cobiella. Cobiella whips it in, goes back post, headed flick through, and it goes wide, out of bounds and out. Alex Olmos, the junior there, getting the header, and it goes wide. Substitution coming up here for the Mustangs as Seth Bateman checks into the game. Also now on is number 14, Trevor Cox for the Mustangs. Goal kick taken short. It's Caden Cox who will boot it away. Header in the middle of the park there by Cash Grow, trying to win possession here for the Bruins. Now Isaac Roberts. Roberts looking for options. Roberts still in possession. Defended by Eaton. Roberts cuts back. Roberts getting past Eaton. And Roberts plays it to Floyd. Now out wide. Opportunity here for the Bruins. Ball whipped into the box and cleared away by Cox at the near post. Mustangs trying to break on the other way. Calvin Floyd called for the foul. And a free kick coming up here for Crimson Cliffs. Ball comes to the near sideline for Matthew Poppy. Now Eaton goes out wide, some ice. Out of bounds and out. A throw in for the Bruins over on the far sideline. .24:45 left to go. Another ball that goes out of bounds and another throw in coming up this time for the Mustangs. Cash Grow goes to ground. Almost is there. Almost boots it up and away. Eaton with a header. Isaac Roberts tries to bring it in. Instead won by Ezekiel Weir. Ball booted over the top. That one goes out of bounds and out. A throw in here for the Mustangs for the Bruins over on the far sideline. Giving chase here is Austin Lyman. He'll let that one roll out of bounds. A throw in coming up for the Mustangs as Matthew Poppy will throw it in. Lyman cleared away by the Bruins. Uribe trying to get on the end of that one. Instead, it'll go out of bounds. Throw in again for the Crimson Cliff Mustangs. This is Poppy. Ball played in. Matthew Bryant. Bryant plays it back to Almost. Almost with a heavy touch is able to get it away. Calvin Floyd brings it in for the Bruins. Nice step there by Mice as that ball now played in towards the sideline. And that will just go out of bounds and out. A little bit too much there on the pass. As Ixtar Rojas will now have a goal kick. Substitution coming up here for the Mustangs. Bo Lawrence checking into the game, as well as number 33, Jared Marlowe.
And 33, Jared Marlowe.
Almost will bring it up for the Bruins, as he'll play it back across to Matthew Bryant. Bryant plays it across to Almost, who will boot this one over the top. Giving chase here is number 19, Cash Grow, who'll just clear this one away as the ball goes out of bounds and out. A throw in coming up for the Mustangs over on the far sideline. Ball played up and away by the Bruins. Heavy touch is Eaton here with possession. Eaton can't get past number 8, Alcala. Now Alcala plays it up. And Floyd does a good job to win that one up in the attacking third for the Bruins. Giving chase here is Cuevas, and nicely defended there by number 33, Jared Marlowe, who just checked in. Cuevas to throw it in for the Bruins. He'll leave it for Bryant. Bryant plays it in. Floyd tries to bring it in. Takes a touch and nicely defended there by Cox, who will boot this one away. Another throw in coming up for the Mountain View Bruins. Bryant plays the ball in, looking towards Floyd. Coming across defensively there is number 15, Caden Cox, as that ball goes out of bounds and out. A corner kick coming up here for the Bruins. Corner kick here as Cash Grow will take on the near sideline for the Mountain View Bruins. Ball whipped in, goes straight into the hands of Brody Fielding. Coming up nicely there for the Mustangs. Quickly won back. Mountain View Bruins here in possession with Kobiela. Kobiela goes back to Bryant. Bryant plays it over the top. Comes out now to the Bruins, as almost does a good job to win possession back. A whistle and a foul called. A free kick coming up here, called against the Mustangs, as we're halfway through the first half. 20 minutes left to play, and we are all tied up at 0-0 between the Mustangs and the Bruins. Ball booted away. It's Matthew Bryant here in possession for the Bruins. He'll play it to the near sideline for Kobiela, who plays it centrally. Now ball over the top. Mustangs momentarily back in possession. Daryl Mice goes down. A whistle and a foul call. The free kick coming up for the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs. An opportunity here to boot this one away, as substitutions getting ready for the designated home side. Ball comes down. Stolen away by the Mustangs, and now the Bruins quickly back on the ball. Alcala plays it through. Roberts in possession. Roberts into the box, takes the shot, deflected. Roberts back again, and another deflection. Isaac Roberts. That ball goes deflected off of a Mustang, and a corner kick coming up here for the Bruins, as Isaac Roberts will head over to the far sideline to take. Set piece opportunity coming up for Mountain View. Isaac Roberts will whip one into the box, goes back post, almost is there, can't get onto it, and they'll whistle it. A foul and a free kick. Ball booted away here by Jared Marlowe. Mitchell gets a header on it, and that will just go straight to Matthew Bryant as turnover. And goes out for the goal kick. Substitutions prior to. Looks like Caden Parrish back into the game. Matthew Poppy back into the game, and then
Now on the pitch for
number 3, Austin Lyman back into the game.
Number 10, Brian Torres.
Substitution for the Bruins as number 17, Dustin Dye, checks into the game.
Cliffs. Number 5, Caden Parrish. 3, Austin Lyman. And 11, Matthew Poppy.
Goal kick taken short by Victor Ixta Rojas. And now here's Bryant. Bryant will float one in over the top. Floyd is there. Dye is there. Brody Feeling off his line and denies the Bruins. Brody Feeling coming up big for the Mustangs. Dustin Dye takes a heavy touch, cleared away by Cody Esplin. Ball goes out of bounds and out. A throw-in coming up for the Bruins over on the far sideline as number 13, Matthew Bryant, will take the throw. Ball into the box. Tried to flick it through and cleared away. That was Cash Grow at the near post. Out of bounds once more. Another throw-in here for the Bruins as Bryant will look to load one up into the box. Bryant. Ball played in, flicked through by Grow, and safely into the hands of Brody Fielding Off his line, reads it and collects. Short to Caden Cox. Now Eaton. Out wide to Marlowe. Ball will go out of bounds and out. A throw-in coming up here for the Bruins. Number 16, Nico Kobiela here on the near sideline to throw it in for the Bruins. Kobiela plays it in. And cleared away by the Mustangs. Quickly won back by the Bruins, though, as Kobiela plays it back to Matthew Bryant. Bryant will play it across to Olmos. Olmos crosses the center circle. Olmos out wide to Grow. Now back into Olmos. Olmos up the sideline, giving chase here. Was Jason Corona, but instead it goes out of bounds and out. A goal kick coming up for the Mustangs. Prior to those substitutions, as Busk gets ready to check back in. Also back into the game will be number 13, Bittner Mitchell.
For the Mustangs, number 25, Portman Busk, and number 13, Bittner Mitchell.
Mitchell and Busk both back into the game for the Mustangs here with 14 minutes left to go in the first half. Nicely won back by the Mustangs. This was Parrish trying to get past the Mountain View midfields. Instead, won back by the Bruins. Here's Isaac Roberts. Roberts pokes it through, gets it to Olmos. Olmos goes down, and the whistle and a foul called. As Alex almost down after the play, and we'll have a stoppage in play with 13:30 left to go. Alex almost down after the play. And a free kick coming up here for the Mustangs as almost gingerly back up on his feet. And we'll get ready to resume action. Everybody lined up at the top of the 18 here for the Mustangs. Ball floated in towards that back post. And ball lands out to Isaac Roberts. Roberts plays it out quick, out wide to Torres. Brian Torres for the Bruins. Torres plays it up the sideline, looking for Dustin Dye. Lands back at Brian Torres. Torres takes a touch, supports himself back with Olmos. Olmos boots it up over the top. Giving chase here are the Mustangs as they win possession back with Marlowe. Kobiela. Now Lyman. He goes out wide. Ball back, played back in towards Austin Lyman. And Lyman goes down. Mitchell now in possession. Isaac Roberts battling out for the ball, and Mountain View win possession here. Brian Torres will go out wide to Corona. Corona with a heavy touch as it'll go out of bounds and out. A throw-in coming up now for the Mustangs. Throw-in taken quickly, goes back out of bounds. This time a Mountain View throw with the ball going the other way. Cash Grow. Cash Grow is able to win it back. Here's Grow for the Bruins. Goes out wide. This is Torres. Brian Torres trying to find an opportunity to cross it in. Instead, won back by the Mustangs. Great defensive effort there from Crimson Cliffs. Now they have a chance to go the other way on a quick counter. But Isaac Roberts is there with a huge defensive tackle. Could have been dangerous there for Crimson Cliffs. Nicely done by Roberts. The whistle and a foul called. Free kick here called against the Bruins. Mustangs back in possession. This is Caden Cox. Caden Cox will float one into the box. Headed away by Matthew Bryant. Bryant finds Eaton. Eaton taking it from distance. and can't put that one on frame. It'll go out of bounds and out for the goal kick. Substitution coming up here for the Mountain View Bruins. Coming off will be number 8, Giancarlo Alcala. And checking into the game for the Bruins will be Ignacio.
Number 42, Ignacio
Aguero. Almost is there defensively. Back to Bryant. Bryant will have to boot this one away. Floyd trying to track this one down. Marlowe plays the ball up to Busk. Busk tries to get it back into Marlowe. Now Marlowe out wide to Lyman. Austin Lyman goes into the box. Lyman taking the shot and almost comes across. Deflected off of almost. It goes out of bounds, and now a corner kick coming up here for the Mustangs. Is Matthew Bryant down after the play. Back up on his feet now. Substitutions coming up here for the Mustangs as Ezekiel Weir back into the game.
Number 7, Daryl Meese.
Also back in the game, Daryl Meese.
And number 18, Ezekiel Weir.
9:45 left to go here in the first half. Corner kick coming up here for the Mustangs. As Austin Lyman will take it.
Wamba Shamsuddin.
Ball floated in. Taking the shot from the top of the 18. As Buss can't put that one on frame. It goes wide of the post. Out of bounds and out for the goal kick. Here's Bryant, who will boot this one up and away. And a late whistle on the late challenge from Busk. Busk gets the yellow card caution. Yellow card issued to Busk. Busk will have to, of course, check off and head to the bench. Free kick here for the Bruins as we resume action.
In for Crimson Cliffs, number 14, Trevor Cox.
Trevor Cox checking in here for Busk. After the yellow card, Mitchell with a heavy touch. One back by the Bruins. Bryant will boot this one up and away. Dean trying to win it. And Dean commits the foul. A free kick coming up now for the Mustangs. To be taken by Caden Cox, who will float one in over the top. Big boot as Ixta Rojas comes up and collects. Headed away by Esplin. Bruins back in possession with Torres. Brian Torres up the sideline. Tries to play it through to Dean. As the ball goes out of bounds, and now and a goal kick coming up here for the goal kick. This is Parrish who brings it up for the Mustangs. Up the sideline. And a heavy touch there by Trevor Cox as the ball will go out of bounds and out. Bryant to throw it in. Bryant gets the ball back in play. Caden Cox comes across, boots this one up. Now here's Trevor Cox. It's almost. Plays it centrally. Aguero. Out of bounds and out. Throw-in coming up here for the Bruins over on the far sideline. Ball brought in by Torres. Torres will go back So almost. Ball over the top. Looking for Corona. Instead, Dean brings it in. Bryant will boot this one away. Dean, heavy touch. Lands at Aguero. Aguero. Out wide. Over the top, looking for Corona, giving chase. Corona is able to cross it into the box. Spilled by Fielding. But the whistle and the offside flag is raised. It will not count. Offside, and it's going back the other way. Crimson Cliff possession here with the free kick called. Could have been dangerous, though. Fielding spilled in front of goal. And now they're able to boot it away. Aguero plays it to Torres. Torres in centrally to Roberts. Roberts into the box. Floyd tracking it down. He'll leave it for Grow. Grow looking for options. To Roberts. Isaac Roberts. Now into the box for Floyd. Floyd will go back and support himself with Isaac Roberts, who looks to cross it in, goes towards the back post. And it will come off a Mustangs defender. And it goes out of bounds and out for the corner kick. And a set piece opportunity coming up here for number 8 in the RPI. It'll be Cash Grow who will run over to the far sideline to take the corner. No, he'll leave it for Nico Kobiela. Everybody lined up just inside the box for the Bruins. Nico Kobiela will cross it in. 2 hands up. Whips it into the box for the Bruins. Goes near posts, and Brody Fielding is there. Comes off his line, reads it, and collects. Ball up to Trevor Cox. That ball will go out of bounds and out. Off the defensive effort from the Bruins, as Meese will throw it in. Prior to substitution, Portman Busk back into the game. Off comes number 14, Trevor Cox. Ball in as Eaton with the touch. Gets it out to Meese. Meese looks to whip one into the box. Floyd with the defensive effort cleared away. Another throw-in coming up this time for the Mustangs here on the near sideline. Ball played in quickly as Eaton brings it in. Eaton trying to take the shot. And still the Mustangs on the attack. Now into the box. Cleared away by the Bruins. Dean trying to bring it in. One back by Esplin. Defensively, here's Caden Cox. Played in centrally. Ball back now to Caden Cox. Over the top looking for Bateman. And that one will go out of bounds and out for the goal kick. 3 minutes left to go here in game 1 of the 4A semifinals between the Crimson Cliff Mustangs and the Mountain View Bruins. The number 4 taking on the number 8. The winner of this one will move on, and they'll face the winner of the next game, which is game 2 of the 6A state semifinals. Of 4A semifinals, and it'll be the number 2 Dixie Flyers as they take on the number 6 Ridgeline Riverhawks. Foul and a free kick called. This one will go against the Bruins as Isaac Roberts down on the ground. But Caden Cox here will boot this one away for Crimson Cliffs. Into the box, cleared away. Kobiela at the top of his own 18, boots it out. Meese with the header. Kobiela comes across, volleys it out. Poppy now in possession. Eaton goes back to Caden. Caden will boot this one over low and towards the box. Corona leaves it for Olmos. Bryant. Cross to Olmos. Grow looking for options. Takes it to the sideline. Grow gets past one. Grow tries to play one into Calvin Floyd. And instead that one goes out of bounds and out. A throw-in coming up here for the Bruins on the near sideline. With time winding down here in the first half. Matthew Bryant will throw it in. Ball into the box. Flick through by Grow at the near post. Now giving chase here is Corona. Corona up the sideline. Now in. And that one cleared away. Busk called for the foul. A free kick coming up here for the Bruins. And Busk, he's already on a yellow. Now we'll have a stoppage in play here with 35 seconds left. Free kick coming up for the Mountain View Bruins. Opportunity here to whip one into the box in the dying moments of the first half. Matthew Bryant standing over it to take. Kobiela goes short. Out wide. This is Torres. Tries to flick it through. Corona now running off of into it. Corona with a cross towards the near post. Grow is there, flicks it through, and it goes wide of the post. Out of bounds and out, and a goal kick coming up here for the Crimson Cliff Mustangs.
9,
as we have a countdown here at Zions Bank Stadium.
6, 5, 4,
Meese with the header.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Meese from distance, and that'll do it here for the end of the first half. Still no goals to be talked about here in game one of the 4A semifinals between the Crimson Cliff Mustangs and the Mountain View Bruins. A couple of good opportunities for both sides. But the one that stands out the most is the huge save from Brody Fielding, who made a phenomenal save off the free kick.
You have lost something they haven't wished to return it to you.
0-0 at the halftime break. We'll head to the break, and on the other side, we'll have the remainder of this game one here in the 4A semifinals between the Crimson Cliff Mustangs and the Mountain View Bruins on the Rewind Sports Network on KSL Sports Network here on KSLSports.com. As always, brought to you by Tab Bank. It is the Crimson Cliff Mustangs taking on the Mountain View Bruins in game one of the 4A semifinals. First half action in the books. We're all tied up at 0-0 between the two sides. It is the Mountain View Bruins in the white. They'll be going to the left of your screen, or right of your screen, and there's the shot! And the opening goal scored by the Mustangs! What a start to the second half by Crimson Cliffs. Ezekiel Weir inside the box puts Crimson Cliffs up 1-0. Ball back in play as we resume action here at Zions Bank. How will the
Mustang goal was scored by number 18, Ezekiel Weir.
Mustangs respond? An early goal for Crimson Cliffs. Giving chase here is Jared Marlowe. All booted up. Here's Lyman. A whistle and a foul will call the free kick. Coming up here for that ball on the other end, and Kevin Floyd. Good opportunity for Mountain View quickly. To try to find the equalizer, but it'll go out of bounds and out. A goal kick coming up here as the fielding will boot this one away. Ball now up the sideline. Here's Mitchell. Mitchell with an opportunity into the box. Mitchell gets it on his right. Bittner Mitchell still as he gets past Corona. The cross comes in, cleared away by Bryant. Ball comes now to Meese. Here's Mitchell. Ball filtered through. Bryant comes across, clears it away. And now here comes Groh. Groh will try to play one in through to Uribe. Instead, it's cleared away by the Mustangs. Ball will just roll out of bounds and out. Covered there by Kobiela. And a goal kick coming up for Mountain View. Down a goal to nothing. Thanks to the goal from Ezekiel Weir. So the Bruins now in possession. Bryant plays it up, trying to get it to Cash Grow. And booted away by Alcala. Now Corona trying to get on the end of it. One back by the Mustangs. This is Lawrence who tried to play it in. Groh now has an opportunity to play it out for the Bruins. And with 36 minutes left to go, still early here in the second half, as the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs lead it a goal to nothing. Throw in for the Mustangs again over on the far sideline. Isaac Roberts plays it across. Ball booted up by the Bruins. Defended well. Mustangs in possession. Here's the goal scorer, Weir. Ball played in over the top. Eplin was running in behind. So was Lyman. That ball cleared away, and a corner kick coming up here for the designated home side. Crimson Cliffs trying to extend their lead early in this second half. Corner kick as Austin Lyman will whip it in for the Mustangs. Everybody lined up towards the back post. Lyman, two hands in the air, will whip it in. Goes near post. Lands in front of Ixta Rojas. Still an opportunity. And Ixta Rojas somehow comes up with it. That was spilled right in front of goal. Chaos. Chaos in front of Ixta Rojas' goal, but ultimately cleared away by the Bruins as Roberts gets a header on it. Now one back by the Mustangs. Here's Ian, who will play it back to Meese. Meese up the sideline to Bo Lawrence. Lawrence boots it up over the top. Takes a bounce over Bryant. This is Cash Grow. Now here's Isaac Roberts. Roberts goes down, the whistle, and a foul called. A free kick coming up here for the Mountain View Bruins. Prior to we'll have a stoppage in play as the yellow card caution will come out. Yellow card has been issued here to the Mustangs. Number 33, Jared Marlowe, sees yellow.
Mustang substitution number
And
11,
checking in will be
Matthew Hoppy.
Crimson Cliffs up 1-0. Mountain View, though, here with a free kick with an opportunity to play one in and see if they can find an equalizer. Ball played into the mix. Roberts will bring it in near the top of the 18. Roberts looking for option. Isaac Roberts takes it from distance, and fielding forced into a phenomenal save. Brody Fielding is standing on his head. Makes yet another incredible save to keep the clean sheet and keep this one at 1-0. Corner kick coming up here for the Bruins. Ball whipped in, back post, nobody there, but the Mustangs, as Meese will clear it away. Giving chase here is Mitchell, and Bryant will boot this one up. Meese covering it defensively. Floyd trying to get to it. Ball poked away, it goes out of bounds and out for the throw-in here on the near sideline. Bryant will try to play it into the box. Ball in near post and cleared away by the Mustangs. But the whistle and a foul called. A free kick coming up for the Mustangs. Smiles coming all the way back with the late foul called. Caden Cox will boot this one away. Brody Fielding made a huge, phenomenal save in the first half off a free kick. Coming up huge again here in the second for the Mustangs. Now Eaton goes down. The whistle and a foul called. A free kick coming up for Crimson Cliffs. Trying to find their opportunity to double their lead. Four on the wall here for the Bruins. Standing over it to take will be number 15, the defender, Caden Cox. Ixta Rojas setting everybody up at his right post. Everybody else lined up at the top of the 18. Caden Cox from distance. Low-driven shot at Ixta Rojas, and Ixta Rojas covers it well. Not a bad look, not a bad attempt there from Cox from distance. Ixta Rojas just equal to the opportunity. Corona here to throw it in for the Bruins. Ball comes into Roberts, who flicks it off. Nicely done by Meese, who comes across and gets this one out of bounds. Another throw-in coming up, this time for the Bruins here on the near sideline as Bus getting ready to check back in. Here's Roberts. Roberts over the top. As that one goes out of bounds, and now a throw-in coming up again for the Mustangs, or excuse me, for the Bruins. Corona to throw it in. Alcala Guarded by 2. Nicely cut out by the Mustangs. Throw it again for the Bruins. Here on the near sideline, Matthew Bryant heading over to take. Bryant will look to play this one into the box. Long throw in from Matthew Bryant, goes near post. Bryant will recycle it. Bryant on his left, crosses it in, goes far back post. The bicycle kick attempt, Uribe in the box. Cuevas, the shot from distance, and Cuevas! Rodrigo Cuevas has tied it up! .29-11 left to go here in the second half, and Rodrigo Cuevas scores a golazo! We're all tied up at Science Bank Stadium. 1-1 apiece. Everything to play for here in the final 29-11. And the early second half goal from the Crimson Cliffs canceled out. We resume action. How will the Mustangs respond? Up a goal, now back to level terms. As Mies will look to play this ball in over the top. Mitchell tracking it down. Up the sideline, here's Mitchell. Defended by Corona. Nicely done there as Corona is able to win it back. Bryant gets it to Grow. Grow up the sideline. And Esplin got it out of danger, but ultimately the whistle and the foul called as Cody Esplin down for the foul. Free kick here for the Mustangs. Played short and quick to Mies. Mies boots one in over the top. Cleared away by Olmos. Parrish plays it to Bateman. Bateman out wide to Mitchell. Mitchell on his left. Cross comes in, deflected off of Olmos. And no, they'll say a goal kick. Looked like it came off of Olmos from up here, but ultimately they'll say it came off of Mitchell as it went out of bounds and out for the goal kick. Taken short, here's the Bruins controlling some possession in their own defensive third. As brought up by Olmos. Olmos plays it to the near sideline for Corona. Corona now looking for options. Corona gets past one. Corona gets past two. Corona now into the center circle. Cut out by Eden. Still Corona on the ball. He'll get it to Cash Grow. Grow plays it back to Alcala. Alcala gets it to Corona once more. Corona plays it to Olmos here on the near sideline. Olmos will play it over the top, looking to find Uribe. Instead intercepted by Esplin. Alcala winning it back for the Bruins. And that one will just go safely back into the hands of Brody Fielding. And booted away by the Mustangs goalkeeper. Uribe lets it bounce. Esplin bringing it in. And Esplin clearing it dangerously, though, towards his own defensive side. And it goes out of bounds and out. Mountain View Bruins with a throw-in over on the far sideline. And an opportunity to hold some possession here in the attacking half. .26-25 left to go. Ball played in and into the hands of Fielding. And now here comes Mies. Ball played up towards the sideline towards Mitchell. Ball played in to the near sideline. And a whistle and a foul called. Isaac Roberts coming in and committing the foul. free kick. Here for the Mustangs. 3 Mustangs currently standing over the ball to take. 2 on the wall for the Bruins. Parrish will now run in towards the top of the 18. A right-footed Cannon standing over the, Caden Cox standing over the ball to take. A left-footed Austin Lyman. He'll leave it. Plays it short to Lyman. Lyman tried to cross it in. Couldn't get on the end of that ball. It goes out of bounds and out. And the goal kick coming up here for Ixta Rojas and the Bruins. Substitutions prior to, as the
And for the Bruins, number 10.
Bruins looking to make some changes.
17, Dustin Dye.
Dustin Dye into the game, and Brian Torres checking in as well. Out of bounds and out. Throw in for Mountain View here on the near sideline. Ball back in play with Corona. Trying to find Grow. Lets it go for Dye. Dye centrally to Roberts. Roberts still in possession. Looking for options. Looking for support. In the center circle. Roberts will go all the way back to Olmos. Olmos plays it across to Bryant. Matthew Bryant. Pressured by Busk. This is Alcala. Now out to the goal scorer in Rodrigo Cuevas. Out of bounds and out. A throw in coming up for the Mustangs over on the far sideline. Now we'll get some substitutions made here by the Mustangs as number 14 Trevor Cox back into the game. The goal scorer Ezekiel Weir back into the game. Off comes
And for the Mustangs, number 14.
number 12 Bateman.
Trevor Cox, number 18.
And Austin Lyman also heading to the bench for a breather. A little over halfway to go through here in the second half, and tied up between the number 4 and the number 8 in the RPI. Crimson Cliffs and the Bruins all squared at 1-1 apiece. Out of bounds and out. A throw-in coming up for the Mustangs over on the far sideline. Ball back in play here with the Mustangs. Ball in the air. Headed there by Eaton now towards the box. Inside is Mitchell. And Mitchell can't get the shot off. Nicely defended by the Bruins as this one goes out of bounds and out. Ball in play here. Goes out to Busks. Busks taking a shot from distance. Can't put it on frame as it goes out of bounds and out. For the goal kick.
Please, Dixie coaching staff, please bring a starting roster to the press box. Dixie coaches, please bring your starting roster to the press box.
Ixta Rojas will play it short. So almost will
12,
boot it away.
Porter Judd.
Grow plays it out wide to Brian Torres. Torres back to Grow. Cash Grow to the end line. Goes down, nothing called. The ball goes out of bounds, and we'll have a corner kick coming up here for the Mountain View Bruins. Parker Grow heading to the near sideline here to take the corner. Set piece opportunity coming up for the Bruins. And Grow will leave it for the goal scorer in Cuevas. Cuevas whips one in, goes far back post, and of course, who else is there but Brody Fielding off his line, reads it and collects it well. Fielding here will boot this one away for the Mustangs. Judd called for the handball. And a free kick now coming up for the Mustangs. Caden Cox whips one into the box, and it goes into the near post as Victor Ixtarrojas able to collect it well. Ball in centrally now for Esplin. Esplin plays it across to Caden Cox, who'll whip one in. Judd with a nice defensive clearance. Eaton tracking it down for the Mustangs. Now comes out to Torres. Torres up the sideline. Cut out by Meese. Judd coming in with a defensive effort. Meese still in possession. Comes off of Torres. Goes out of bounds and out. A throw-in coming up for the Mustangs. Prior to substitutions coming up as Austin Lyman back into the game, as well as Bo Lawrence.
Substitutions, number 2, Bo Lawrence, number 3, Austin Lyman.
18:24 left to go here in the second half, all tied up at 1-1. Goes back to Caden Cox, who plays it out wide to Hop. Comes out, now shot from Lawrence at the near post, puts it right at Ixtarrojas, who makes the save. Good opportunity there for the Mustangs to try to take a lead, but we remain 1-1 thanks to Ixtarrojas coming up nicely for the Bruins. Substitution prior to as Mountain View looking to make some changes. Calvin Floyd back into the game.
Substitution number 4, Calvin Floyd.
Up the sideline, Jared Marlowe with a defensive challenge. The offside flag raised. And a free kick coming up here for Crimson Cliffs to boot this one away. Ball booted up and away by Caden Cox. Almost with the header. Matthew Bryant plays it up. Eaton in possession for the Mustangs. Ball goes out wide to Hoppy. Now into Lyman. One back by Alcala. Here's Roberts with a nice turn. Isaac Roberts now in possession for the designated visiting side. Roberts looking for options up the sideline to Floyd. Calvin Floyd. Back into Roberts. Roberts to the end line, trying to cross it in. Big defensive play made there by the Mustangs. I think that was Caden Cox shielding that ball off well. It goes out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick coming up here for Crimson Cliffs. Ball booted up over the top. It'll bounce and go out of bounds. Throw in for the Mustangs on the far sideline. Ball played in quick. Trying to get it to Busk. Instead, it goes out of bounds and out. Throwing now going the other way for the Bruins. Almost comes across and clears it away for Mountain View. Torres tries to flick one back into a runner in Judd, Almost now. Comes up and clears this one away. Dustin Dye tracking. Menlo. The whistle and a foul called. A free kick coming up here for the Mustangs. And an opportunity to boot this one away. It'll be Caden Cox who will take it short. He'll play to Esplin. Esplin gets past Floyd. Goes back out wide. Hoppy cuts in centrally. Eaton taking a shot from distance and can't put that one on frame. It'll go over the bar and out for the goal kick. Substitutions prior to the goal kick. Checking back into the game will be number 12, Bateman. Number 13 in Mitchell also checking back in for the Mustangs. Ball stolen away by Mitchell in the attacking third. Almost comes across and denies Mitchell from potentially having a chance there for the Mustangs. Ball goes out of bounds. A throw-in coming up here for the Bruins in their own defensive half. Ball cleared away. Ball goes back to Fielding. Plays it short to Esplin. Looking to play it centrally. Now here's Parrish, who flicks it off well. Now Eaton. The Mustangs here on the opportunity. Eaton whips it into the box and cleared away. Dustin Dye bringing it down. Roberts. Here comes the Bruins with Cash Grow. Grow back to Roberts. Roberts trying to get it to Floyd. A heavy pass from Roberts as Floyd can't keep that one from going out of bounds. It's a goal kick coming up here for the Mustangs. Substitutions prior to.
11,
Jason Corona back into the game.
Number 29,
Saeed Lopez in for the Bruins. There's Corona. Now the first touch from Isai Lopez. Corona again. Ball went back momentarily by the Mustangs, but they'll say Cash Grow committed the foul. A free kick now coming up for the Crimson Cliff Mustangs with time winding down here in the second half. Still tied up at 1-1. Caden Cox looks to whip one in for the Mustangs. Goes far back post. Takes a bounce inside the box. The flag is up, the whistle. And it's going the other way. The Bruins here with an opportunity to clear this one out. Booted up by Matthew Bryant. Dustin Dye lets it bounce. Dye now giving chase. Dye with a heavy touch. Off his line is Brody Fielding, as he'll collect. Fielding will boot this one away. Alcala. Now it's Grow. Through ball played to Dustin Dye. Dye cuts back. Dye goes to ground. And cleared away by the Mustangs. Throw-in. Coming up to the Bruins prior to some substitution As Aquero back into the game. Up the sideline, looking for their chance to cross it in. And they'll be poked away and out. A corner kick coming up here for the Bruins. As we enter the final 10 minutes, still tied up at 1-1. Do we have a winner here in regulation between either side? Or is overtime on the cards here in game 1 of the 4A semifinals? Ball whipped in. Groh is there with the header, flicks it through to the back post. Giving chase here is Almost back to Lopez. Lopez crosses it in. Dangerous cross, but nobody there at the end of it. And it goes out of bounds and out. A throw in now for the Bruins. Ball back in play. Into the box. Cleared away by the Mustangs. One back. Mountain View doing a good job to try to win possession back. Trying to find play in the direction of Lopez. Instead, it comes out to Aquero, who goes back to Bryant. Bryant floats one in towards the top of the 18. Floyd running in off of it, but Brody fielding off his line, and he'll collect it well. Corona trying to bring it down for the Bruins. Mitchell wins the possession and takes a heavy touch. It goes out of bounds and out. A throw-in coming up now for Mountain View. One back by Isaac Roberts. Roberts back to Almost. Almost will boot it up over the top. Dustin Dye giving chase. Cleared away Esplin. Throwing out over on the far sideline here for the Bruins. Long throw in towards the 18. Dustin Dye brings it in. Dye to the corner flag. Dye. Another throw in coming up again for Mountain View. And Matthew Bryant will look to play one into the box as the Bruins trying to find a goal to put them ahead. Nicely done. Brody fielding once again off his line. He'll collect. Now here come the Mustangs. Ball over the top. Mitchell giving chase. In behind the defense. Mitchell! And it's put over the bar! Mitchell with an opportunity in behind the Bruins defense, but Ixta Rojas comes up with the save. A corner kick coming up for the Mustangs. Busk back into the game. Weir back into the game. Meese also checking in as well for the Mustangs. Austin Lyman to take the corner. Ixta Rojas coming up huge there for the Bruins at the near post. Goes back out to Lyman, who whips it in, goes towards the back post, cleared away by the Bruins. Giving chase here is Dustin Dye. Meese wins it, plays it up the sideline. It's Busk. Crosses it in, near post, spilled by Ixta Rojas, and it somehow came off and goes out of bounds, cleared away by the Bruins. All of a sudden, this Mustang attack is alive here at Zions Bank. Esplin for the long throw-in into the box. Eaton trying to get there with the header. Roberts tracking it down, will boot it away. Dustin Dye giving chase. One back by Hoppy. Takes an awkward deflection. Dye back in possession. Dye looking for options. Gets it back to Grow. Heavy touch by Cash Grow. And now here comes Weir, the goal scorer on the attack. Ezekiel Weir cleared away. Eaton to the near sideline for Meese. Meese cleared away. A nice step by Roberts as well. Roberts with a nice little bit of skill. Roberts looks for options up the sideline. Gets it to Isai Lopez. The cross comes in. Back post. Floyd giving chase. Hoppy giving chase. Cleared away. And a throw-in coming up here for the Bruins in the attacking third with 4:23 left to go. Quickly taken in. Here's Aquero who brings it in for the Bruins. Gets past one. Now into the box. The Bruins on the attack. Aquero with the shot and straight into the hands of Brody Fielding. Safe and sound by the senior goalkeeper who will boot this one away. Takes a bounce. Lines up Bryant. Now almost. Clears it away. Busk trying to get past Corona. Corona comes across, pokes it away. And now a whistle. Foul called. And a free kick against the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs. Hey, I want to take this time and this opportunity to remind you that following the conclusion of this game, don't go anywhere because we still have one more game to bring you tonight. Game 2 of the 4A semifinals will be underway following the conclusion of this one, as the Dixie Flyers will look to find and get a win over the defending 4A champs in the Ridgeline Riverhawks. Mitchell with the touch, goes in centrally. Roberts wins possession. A whistle and a foul called. Roberts will look to play one in over the top. Fielding off his line, he'll collect and read it well. That one will go all the way back to Ixta Rojas. Cleared out by the freshman goalkeeper, Ixta Rojas. Out wide to Isai Lopez. Tries to get it back up the sideline towards Aquero. Cut back, gets it on his left. Looks for support. Plays it across to Roberts. Roberts gets past one. Roberts on his left, into the box. Low driven cross. Dye is there, can't get the shot up. Floyd puts it over the bar. Calvin Floyd had the opportunity at that far back post. Got too much under it. It goes over the bar and out for the goal kick. .15 left to go in the second half. Time winding down. Let's see if either one of the sides can find the breakthrough here late. Ixta Rojas off his line collects, and he'll clear it away. Roberts will look to boot one in towards the sideline. Floyd with a touch over Meese. Header comes in. Dye into the box. Dye tries to volley. Still not cleared, and now put away by the Mustangs. Mitchell over the top. Ball cleared away, 30 seconds left. Ball played in. And out of bounds once more. This time a throw-in coming up for Crimson Cliffs.
Ten, 9.
A countdown here at Zions Bank.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And so we've reached the end of regulation.
The score is
Neither sides were able to find the decisive goal. 1-1 as we head to the break. Hey, but don't go anywhere because we'll have more
10 minutes.
4A soccer semifinal action overtime on the other side when we return here on the Rewind Sports Network. Welcome you back into the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com, as always presented by Tab Bank, as we get ready to start overtime action between the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs and the Mountain View Bruins. Ball back in play. It is the Mustangs, of course, in their red and blue jerseys. They'll be going to the left of your screen here in overtime. And it is the Mountain View Bruins in the white. They'll be going to the right of your screen here in overtime. Remember, in overtime, the golden goal rule applies. Next goal win scenario. If either one of these sides are able to find a goal prior to the end of the 10 minutes, that is the winner. And they move on to the 4A state championship game. Ball cleared away by Fielding. If we reach the end of the 10 minutes and we're still tied up at 1-1, we'll head to a second period of overtime, where in that second period of overtime, you'll have another 10 minutes on the clock. If either team scores, it will be over, as the golden goal rule still continues to apply in that second overtime. Clark floats one in and cleared away by the Bruins. That ball filtered through. Fielding off his line. Doesn't hit it the cleanest. And now here's Dustin Dye on the end of it. Dustin Dye whips it into the box. Floyd is there. Fielding off his line. He'll chase it. He'll clear it. Out of bounds and out. Good opportunity there for the for the Bruins. And here the Bruins still in possession. Ball cleared away. If at the end of the two periods we're still tied, we head to the penalty shootout to decide the winner and decide who will move on to the 4A state championship game. Ball in. Cleared away by the Mustangs only momentarily as Floyd trying to track it down. Booted up and away by Mitchell. Throw in coming up for the Bruins here on the near sideline. Ball in behind. Bus trying to get on the end of it. Cleared away by Olmos. And a throw in now coming up for the Mustangs in the attacking third. Meese plays it to Eaton. Eaton brings it in for the Mustangs. Now ball back to Meese. Meese whips it in, and that one will go wide. Out of bounds and out for the goal kick. Substitution here for the Bruins. Checking into the game will be number 23, Isaac Delgado, the sophomore. Ball cleared away off the goal kick. And here's Hoppy. And that one couldn't be reeled in by Austin Lyman. It goes out of bounds and out. Throw-in for the Bruins over on the far sideline. Cuevas lets it bounce. Rodrigo Cuevas, the goal scorer for the Bruins, got the equalizer in that second half, and that's how we're tied up at 1-1 here in the second, here in overtime. They foul called here against Mountain View, and now Caden Cox, number 15 defender, heading over to take the free kick. Everybody lined up at the top of the 18. Cox will float one in, goes back post, headed through, and Ixta Rojas collects. The freshman goalkeeper will boot this one away. Giving chase here is Matthew Hoppy. Bobby will boot this one away. Bus giving chase. Nicely defended there by Nico Kobiela as he comes across and pressures that ball out. Throw in for the Bruins over on the far sideline. Halfway through this first overtime period. Still no golden goal as 4:50 left to go. Brought in by Parrish.
No, on the pitch for the Bruins, number 9, Jonathan Reeby.
Nicely defended and one back by Caden Cox. He'll go to the sideline. Ball booted in over the top. Mitchell into the box. Mitchell is there. Busk at the end of it. Busk pushes it in, and you've got yourself the golden goal. The Mustangs, they're heading to the 4A state championship game. The golden goal by Portman Busk. With 4:22 left in the first OT, the game is over. The Mustangs from Crimson Cliffs they have a date with the 4A state championship game on Thursday as they'll look for state championship number 2. Portman Busk the hero, as the Mustangs moving on to the next round. Portman Busk scores the winner, and the number 4 in the RPI are the first team qualified for the 4A semifinal, or excuse me, state championship game. Busk goal number 6. And for the Mountain View Bruins, they'll fall to 13-6 overall in the season. But no need, no reason to hang your head low or to be sad.
That game will be played on Thursday.
This is a team that's led, a young team that's led by a first-year head coach. And so the Bruins will be back. Bruins eliminated in the semifinals. The Crimson Cliff Mustangs moving on to the 4A state championship game. That's going to do it for us here on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. I'm Alex Napolis. Big shout out to Doug on the camera, and from the entire Rewind Sports family, we thank you for watching. Hey, do not go anywhere because we have game 2 of the 4A state semifinals coming up next as the Dixie Flyers get ready to take on the Ridgeline Riverhawks.